What's up guys, Zame here and you're watching Heavy Metal Pomp. Today I've got another pomade review for you. We're going to continue reviewing the Bloody Pomade lineup. For today, we're going to be looking at Bloody Rebel. Now this is an all-base pomade with a heavy hold, and of course I want to thank Sharil for sending me this. Thanks bro. And without further ado, we're going to take a closer look at the jar right now. And here we have Bloody Rebel. Comes in a 3.5 ounce amber glass jar with a black lid. You get the brand and product name on the front in this black and red label. You get directions and ingredients on one side, and some information and a rundown of the product's performance on the other side as well. The overall presentation is pretty simple, but I think it looks nice and badass, which fits the name. And if you open it up, you get the standard pale yellow pomade inside. The scent's called Cinnamon Blossom, which is a mix of cinnamon and floral notes. And it honestly doesn't smell half bad. What I'm getting is this sweet floral and slightly spicy scent. I'm not too fond of the smell, but it's definitely not a bad one either. It's also pretty subtle, so you're not really gonna notice it throughout the day. Now scooping it out, it does require quite a bit of pressure because it is pretty solid in the jar, but it's gonna come out either way. Breaking it down, even though it did require quite a bit of pressure to get out, it breaks down really nicely. It's pretty smooth and slick and doesn't feel overly waxy at all. Going into the hair, definitely has a bit of tugging and pulling, but it's not terrible. I would definitely recommend you to apply in smaller amounts or go in damp hair if you must. Now because it scoops out really thick and heavy, I was expecting for it to be quite waxy, but that's really not the case. In fact, it's going into the hair pretty smoothly with a reasonable amount of tugging and pulling. The scent's quite present right now, but you don't really notice it throughout the day, which is fine because once again, I'm not really bothered by the scent. And as for the shine, I think it gives a slightly lower than medium shine, which is pretty nice. It's not too low, but it's not too high either, which I actually do like. Slicking it back, goes through pretty easy for a heavy hold. Definitely has some resistance, but it doesn't feel like it's ripping any hair, and it has a really good amount of slickness too. I'm gonna style my hair now, talk to you again in a bit. I think I'm pretty much just gonna call that done. So as you can tell, I'm getting a pretty good amount of height. My sides are holding down nicely. This pomade has a good amount of slickness to keep everything together, getting that nice medium shine, and the scent is subtle but present. So anyways, let's talk more about Rebel. Now if you watch my previous reviews on Bloody Pomade, you know that I kind of have mixed feelings about their products. Wasn't a big fan of the clay, but Revolt I do like a lot. As far as Rebel goes, this was another one that I was pleasantly surprised by. Now I'm not a fan of how it scoops out. It does require quite a bit of pressure, but everything beyond that is just really awesome. It breaks down surprisingly slick and smooth, and it goes into the hair just the same. It has a really good balance of hold and slickness, which provides some nice control for styling as well. Now I wouldn't really consider it to be a true heavy. It has this lightweight firm to heavy hold, which allows for you to get some pretty good height. And like I mentioned earlier, it doesn't feel overly waxy, and you get some good slickness which doesn't feel overly greasy either. You can also expect some good endurance with this. You might have to touch up a little bit if the weather is really hot, but it's gonna hold up pretty well throughout the day overall. And as for washing it out, just like most heavy holding all-base pomades, it does require about 3 to 4 showers with shampoo to fully cleanse your hair. It can also provide a clean and waxy build-up if you choose to use it on consecutive days, which is really nice. So anyways, final verdict on Bloody Rebel. I give it a 4 out of 5. I just think it's a solid heavy hold all-base pomade. If you're looking for a heavy holding all-base pomade that's on the slicker side of things, this is a good option. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Hope you liked the review. Do leave a comment down below, subscribe to my channel right here, or you can check out my last video right here. I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.